This is Mental Forge, where weakness burns and warriors are built. Picture this moment with me. It is 11:47 at night, and the most successful person you know is lying in bed, eyes closed, but their mind is not shutting down. It is powering up. While the world sleeps, they are programming their subconscious mind with the exact thoughts, images, and beliefs that will transform tomorrow into a masterpiece of achievement. They understand something that 97% of people never discover. The final moments before sleep are the golden gateway to rewiring your entire reality. Tonight, you are going to learn the precise words, the exact mental framework, and the transformational practice that turns your bedtime into your breakthrough time. This is not about wishful thinking or empty affirmations. This is about harnessing the most powerful programming period your brain experiences every single day. That twilight zone between consciousness and sleep, where your subconscious mind becomes as receptive as fertile soil, ready to absorb whatever seeds you choose to plant. The promise I make to you is this: when you consistently apply what you are about to learn, you will wake up each morning with unshakable belief pulsing through your veins, fear dissolved by repetition, and vision, your subconscious rewired with purpose, living from faith rather than fear. You will become decisive and focused, developing personal power and resilience that nothing can shake. You will master strategic thinking and wealth creation, gaining crystal clear vision and definite purpose. Most importantly, you will build a lifelong framework that makes you disciplined in thought, clear in vision, strong in values, bold in action, unstoppable in growth, free in mind, rich in soul, and abundant in results. Let me tell you about a discovery that changed everything for me and millions of others. Napoleon Hill spent 25 years studying the most successful people in America, from Andrew Carnegie to Henry Ford, from Thomas Edison to Theodore Roosevelt. What he found was that without exception, every single one of them had mastered the art of controlled thinking, especially in those crucial moments before sleep. They understood that the subconscious mind never sleeps, never rests, and never stops working on whatever you give it to work on. But here is where most people get it wrong. They think success is about working harder during the day. They miss the profound truth that your greatest work happens when you are not working at all, when your conscious mind steps aside and your subconscious mind takes over the controls. The thoughts you think, the images you visualize, and the beliefs you reinforce in those final minutes before sleep become the blueprint your subconscious follows for the next 16 hours. Andrew Carnegie understood this principle so deeply that he would spend 30 minutes every night reviewing his definite major purpose, seeing himself already in possession of the $50 million he intended to accumulate. Not hoping for it, not wishing for it, but seeing it as already accomplished in his mind. Night after night, month after month, year after year, he programmed his subconscious with this clear mental picture. His subconscious mind began organizing his thoughts, decisions, and actions around making this mental image a physical reality. Carnegie became one of the wealthiest men in history, not because he worked harder than others, but because he programmed his mind more effectively than others. Thomas Edison took this principle even further. Every night before sleep, he would hold a clear mental picture of the invention he was working on, already completed and functioning perfectly. He would see people using it, benefiting from it, and paying for it. His subconscious mind would work on the problem all night long, often delivering breakthrough solutions in his dreams or upon waking. Edison held over 1,000 patents not because he was naturally more intelligent than other inventors, but because he understood how to put his subconscious mind to work while he slept. The science behind this is now crystal clear. When you fall asleep, your brain enters different stages of sleep cycles, but it never stops processing information. During REM sleep, your brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, and makes creative connections between seemingly unrelated concepts. But here is the crucial part. The information your brain chooses to process and consolidate is heavily influenced by what you were thinking about in those final moments before sleep. Dr. Aaron Hansen's research at Harvard Medical School showed that people who spent 10 minutes before sleep Reviewing their goals and visualizing successful outcomes showed significantly improved performance on those goals compared to control groups. The brain literally rehearses success scenarios during sleep, creating new neural pathways that support successful behaviors during waking hours. This is why your bedtime ritual is not just about rest, it is about programming. It is about taking conscious control of the most influential programming period your mind experiences every day. And I want you to understand something vital. If you are not deliberately programming your subconscious mind with thoughts of success, abundance, and achievement, it is being programmed anyway by worry, by doubt, by fear, by the negative mental chatter that fills the space when you are not consciously directing your thoughts. The question is not whether your subconscious will be programmed. The question is whether you will take control of that programming or allow it to happen by default. And default programming is almost always negative programming, because our brains are naturally wired to scan for threats, problems, and dangers. This is why most people wake up feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or defeated before their day even begins. Their subconscious spent all night processing and amplifying their worries instead of their desires. But tonight, that changes for you. Tonight, you begin the practice that will transform your sleep from a period of mental chaos into a precision tool for personal transformation. And if you are finding value in what we are exploring together, I hope you will consider subscribing to Mental Forge Academy, because we are building a community of people committed to mastering their minds and creating extraordinary results in every area of life. Let me share with you the exact framework that has been used by the most successful people throughout history, updated with modern neuroscience and psychology, to create what I call the Success Sleep Protocol. This is not theory, this is a practical, step-by-step system that you can begin using tonight. The first element is what I call purpose clarification. Before you lay your head on the pillow, you must be crystal clear about your definite major purpose, your primary goal, your burning obsession, the one thing that if achieved would transform your entire life. This is not about having 10 goals or 20 goals. This is about identifying the one outcome that matters most, the one that would make all other goals either automatic or irrelevant. Henry Ford understood this principle when he decided to build a motor car that ordinary people could afford. His definite major purpose was not just to build cars, it was to revolutionize transportation for the common person. Every night before sleep, Ford would see millions of people driving his automobiles, living better lives because of the mobility his invention provided. He would see the factories, the workers, the satisfied customers, the profits flowing back into research and development. His subconscious mind organized around this clear purpose, leading to innovations like the assembly line that made his vision a reality. The key is specificity. Your purpose cannot be vague like, "I want to be successful," or "I want to make more money." It must be precise, measurable, and emotionally compelling. Instead of, "I want to be rich," it might be, "I will build a business that generates $200,000 in annual profit by December 31st of next year, allowing me to provide financial security for my family and fund the education of underprivileged children in my community." The second element is visualization immersion. This goes far beyond simply seeing a mental picture. True visualization immersion engages all 5 senses and creates an emotional experience so vivid that your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between the imagined experience and actual memory. You are not just seeing your success, you are living it, breathing it, feeling it in every fiber of your being. Leonardo da Vinci was a master of this technique. Before beginning any major project, whether it was painting the Mona Lisa or designing flying machines, Da Vinci would spend weeks visualizing the completed work in perfect detail. He would see every brushstroke, every mechanical component, every interaction between elements. His journals reveal that he could mentally rotate 3-dimensional objects, examine them from every angle, and identify potential problems before ever touching a physical tool. His subconscious mind would work on the details while he slept, often providing solutions that seemed to come from divine inspiration. When you practice visualization immersion before sleep, you are not daydreaming, you are training. You are running success simulations in your mind, programming your neural pathways to recognize opportunities, make better decisions, and take appropriate actions when similar situations arise in reality. Olympic athletes use this exact technique, mentally rehearsing perfect performances thousands of times before competition. Studies show that mental practice alone can improve performance by up to 35%. Here is how to practice visualization immersion effectively. Begin with your definite major purpose already achieved. See yourself living the life you desire, as if it is happening right now. If your goal is financial abundance, see yourself checking bank statements that show the exact amount you desire. Feel the texture of the paper or the smooth screen of your device. Hear the sound of your voice as you call your loved ones to share the good news. Smell the leather of the luxury car you are driving to celebrate. Taste the champagne at the celebration dinner. Feel the confidence and gratitude flowing through your body. The third element is gratitude amplification. This might surprise you, but gratitude is one of the most powerful programming tools for your subconscious mind. When you feel genuine gratitude for what you already have and for what you are about to receive, you create a positive emotional state that opens your mind to creative solutions and opportunities. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, practiced this principle 2,000 years ago. Despite having immense power and wealth, he would spend time each evening reflecting on everything he was grateful for: his health, his advisors, his ability to serve the Roman people, even the challenges that were making him stronger. This practice of gratitude kept his mind focused on abundance rather than scarcity, on possibilities rather than problems. His journal, known as Meditations, reveals a man who found profound peace and power through disciplined thinking. Modern neuroscience confirms what Marcus Aurelius understood intuitively. When you focus on gratitude, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin neurotransmitters that not only make you feel good, but also enhance learning, memory, and creative problem-solving. Dr. Robert Emmons' research at UC Davis showed that people who practice gratitude regularly experience 25% higher happiness levels, sleep better, have stronger immune systems, and are more likely to achieve their goals. But here is the advanced technique. Practice gratitude not just for what you have, but for what you are about to receive. Thank the universe, God, or whatever higher power you believe in for the success that is already on its way to you. Feel genuine appreciation for the opportunities that will present themselves tomorrow, for the people who will help you, for the skills you will develop, for the abundance that is flowing toward you right now. The fourth element is fear dissolution. This is perhaps the most critical component, because fear is the great saboteur of success. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. These fears operate primarily at the subconscious level, creating self-sabotage patterns that destroy your efforts before you even realize what is happening. Julius Caesar understood the power of confronting fear directly. When he approached the Rubicon River with his army, knowing that crossing would mean civil war with Rome, he could have been paralyzed by fear. Instead, he spent the night visualizing every possible outcome, accepting the risks, and programming his mind with images of victory. "The die is cast," he declared as he crossed the river, having already won the battle in his mind before the first sword was drawn. The technique for fear dissolution is systematic desensitization combined with cognitive reframing. Before sleep, identify your specific fears related to your goals. Instead of avoiding them, bring them into the light of conscious examination. Ask yourself, what specifically am I afraid of? What evidence do I have that this fear is justified? What would I do if this fear were completely irrational? How would my life change if I acted despite this fear? Then, systematically replace fear-based scenarios with faith-based scenarios. Instead of visualizing failure, see yourself handling challenges with grace and wisdom. Instead of imagining rejection, see yourself being welcomed and appreciated. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, program your mind with detailed images of everything going right. The fifth element is identity reinforcement. This is where most people fail in their success programming. They try to achieve goals that are inconsistent with their self-image. Your subconscious mind will always work to maintain consistency with who you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with money, your subconscious will sabotage any attempt to create wealth. If you see yourself as unlucky, your subconscious will filter out opportunities and focus on obstacles. Theodore Roosevelt mastered identity reinforcement from a young age. Born weak and sickly, he could have accepted the identity of an invalid. Instead, he consciously chose to see himself as strong, courageous, and capable of great things. He would spend time each day visualizing himself as the robust, powerful man he intended to become. He reinforced this identity through physical training, intellectual development, and bold action. His subconscious mind eventually reorganized around this new self-image, leading him to become a war hero, explorer, author, and president of the United States. Before sleep, spend time reinforcing the identity of the person who would naturally achieve your goals. If your goal is financial abundance, see yourself as someone who naturally creates value, attracts opportunities, and makes wise decisions. If your goal is physical health, see yourself as someone who loves exercise, craves nutritious food, and has boundless energy. If your goal is loving relationships, see yourself as someone who attracts love, gives love freely, and creates harmonious connections wherever you go. Use identity statements that begin with "I am" rather than "I will be" or "I want to be." I am a successful entrepreneur. I am attracting abundance into my life. I am confident and charismatic. I am making a positive difference in the world. Feel these statements as true right now, not as future possibilities. The sixth element is action programming. Your subconscious mind needs specific instructions about what actions to take when opportunities arise. This is where most visualization fails. People see the end result, but never program the behaviors that lead to that result. Benjamin Franklin was meticulous about action programming. He identified 13 virtues he wanted to develop and created a systematic approach to building them into his character. Each week, he focused on one virtue, tracking his progress and programming his mind with specific behavioral responses to various situations. His subconscious mind began automatically generating thoughts and actions consistent with these virtues, leading to his success as an inventor, diplomat, businessman, and founding father. Before sleep, program your mind with specific actions you will take tomorrow, next week, and next month. See yourself waking up energized and immediately beginning your morning routine. See yourself making important phone calls with confidence. See yourself having productive meetings, closing deals, solving problems, and creating value. The more specific you are, the more likely your subconscious mind is to generate those exact behaviors. Now, let me share with you the complete success sleep protocol that integrates all these elements into a powerful 15-minute practice that will transform your nights into launching pads for extraordinary days. First, create your sleep sanctuary. Your physical environment affects your mental state, and your mental state affects your programming effectiveness. Make your bedroom a temple of transformation. Remove all electronic devices at least 1 hour before sleep. The blue light from screens disrupts your natural sleep cycles and interferes with the visualization process. Dim the lights, play soft instrumental music if desired, and ensure your room is at a comfortable temperature. Begin with what I call the mental reset. Take 7 deep breaths, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4 counts, and exhaling for 6 counts. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and shifts your brain into the relaxed state necessary for effective subconscious programming. As you breathe, mentally release all the stress, tension, and negative thoughts from your day. Imagine them flowing out of your body with each exhalation. Next, engage in purpose declaration. State your definite major purpose clearly and emotionally, either aloud or silently. My definite major purpose is. Feel the power of this declaration. This is not a wish or a hope. This is your commitment, your obsession, your reason for being. Move into visualization immersion. Spend 5 to 7 minutes living in your accomplished goal. Remember, you are not watching a movie of your success, you are starring in it. You are experiencing it through your own eyes, with all your senses engaged. Make it so vivid that your heart rate increases, your breathing changes, and your emotions surge with excitement and gratitude. Practice gratitude amplification for 2 to 3 minutes. Thank your higher power for everything you already have and everything that is coming. Feel genuine appreciation for your health, your opportunities, your relationships, your potential. Then extend that gratitude forward, thanking the universe for the success that is already on its way to you. Engage in fear dissolution. Identify any fears or doubts that arise and systematically replace them with images of confidence, capability, and success. See yourself handling any challenge with wisdom and grace. Program your mind with the unshakable belief that you are destined for great things. Reinforce your success identity. Declare who you are becoming, and see yourself already embodying those characteristics. Feel the emotions of being that person right now. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and actual reality. So make this imagined identity feel completely real. Finally, program tomorrow's actions. See yourself waking up energized and immediately taking the first steps toward your goals. See yourself throughout the day making decisions, taking actions, and responding to situations exactly as your successful identity would respond. As you drift off to sleep, hold your definite major purpose gently in your mind, like a prayer or a mantra. Let it be the last conscious thought before sleep takes over. Your subconscious mind will work on this purpose all night long, organizing your thoughts, attracting opportunities, and preparing you for success. The transformation that happens through consistent practice of this protocol is profound and permanent. Within 30 days, you will notice dramatic changes in your confidence, your decision-making ability, your creative problem-solving skills, and your overall sense of purpose and direction. Within 90 days, people around you will comment on how different you seem, more focused, more positive, more magnetic. Within 1 year, your entire life will be unrecognizable. But consistency is everything. This is not a technique you try once or twice and expect miracles. This is a daily practice, like physical exercise for your mind. Every night that you skip this protocol, you miss an opportunity to program yourself for success, and instead, allow default programming to take over. Let me share with you some advanced techniques that can accelerate your results even further. These come from combining ancient wisdom traditions with cutting-edge neuroscience research. The first advanced technique is quantum field programming. This draws from quantum physics principles about the observer effect and the nature of reality. When you visualize your success, you are not just imagining, you are observing potential futures and, according to quantum theory, helping to collapse those possibilities into reality through the power of focused attention. Nikola Tesla understood this principle intuitively. He would build his inventions completely in his mind, run them for weeks or months mentally, checking for improvements and problems, before ever creating a physical prototype. He claimed that his mental inventions worked as perfectly as physical ones, and his revolutionary contributions to electrical engineering prove the power of this approach. Practice this by seeing your goals not as future possibilities, but as current realities existing in parallel dimensions that you are choosing to experience. Feel yourself stepping from your current reality into the reality where your goals are already achieved. This is not fantasy. This is advanced mental technology based on the latest understanding of consciousness and quantum mechanics. The second advanced technique is collective consciousness integration. This recognizes that we are all connected at a deeper level, and you can program your subconscious to attract mentors, opportunities, and resources by aligning with the success consciousness of others. Before sleep, connect mentally with successful people, both living and deceased, who have achieved what you desire to achieve. Feel yourself joining their mental frequency, learning from their wisdom, and receiving their guidance. Many successful people report receiving breakthrough insights that seem to come from beyond their own knowledge and experience. Andrew Carnegie used this technique, creating what he called his invisible counselors, mental meetings with great leaders like Lincoln, Edison, and Napoleon, where he would ask for advice and receive insights that guided his business decisions. This may sound mystical, but modern research on mirror neurons and collective intelligence suggests there may be scientific basis for this phenomenon. The third advanced technique is timeline integration. This involves programming your subconscious with a clear timeline of how your success will unfold, creating what psychologists call implementation intentions, specific if-then scenarios that automate successful behaviors. Instead of just seeing your end goal, create a detailed mental movie of your journey to success. See the specific steps you will take in the coming weeks and months. See the obstacles you might encounter and exactly how you will overcome them. See the people you will meet, the skills you will develop, the decisions you will make. This gives your subconscious mind a roadmap to follow and helps you recognize opportunities when they appear. Winston Churchill mastered this technique during World War II. He would spend hours visualizing not just victory, but the specific path to victory. The battles that would need to be won, the alliances that would need to be formed, the resources that would need to be mobilized. His ability to see the war's progression in advance allowed him to make strategic decisions that seemed impossible to others, but proved to be exactly right. Now let me address some of the common obstacles people encounter when beginning this practice, because understanding these challenges will help you overcome them quickly and maintain consistent progress. The first obstacle is mental resistance. Your current programming, especially if it is negative, will resist being changed. You may find your mind wandering during visualization, or doubt creeping in, or even physical restlessness. This is normal and temporary. Your subconscious mind is like a computer. It resists new programming until it recognizes that the new program is beneficial and permanent. The solution is gentle persistence. Do not fight the resistance, acknowledge it, and continue anyway. Like water wearing away stone, consistent gentle pressure will overcome any resistance. Start with shorter sessions if necessary, and gradually extend them as your mental discipline strengthens. The second obstacle is emotional incongruence. You may find it difficult to feel genuine excitement and gratitude for goals that seem far from your current reality. This is why it is crucial to start with smaller, more believable goals and build your emotional muscles gradually. If visualizing $1 million feels fake, start by visualizing $10,000. If seeing yourself as a confident speaker feels impossible, start by seeing yourself confidently ordering at a restaurant. Build your emotional capacity gradually, always stretching just beyond your comfort zone, but not so far that your mind rejects the entire process. The third obstacle is impatience. We live in an instant gratification culture, and many people expect to see dramatic results within days or weeks. While some people do experience rapid changes, most transformation happens gradually, almost imperceptibly at first, then accelerating as the new programming takes hold. Trust the process. Have faith in the science and the thousands of years of human experience that validate these principles. Your subconscious mind is working even when you cannot see immediate evidence. Seeds planted today may not sprout for weeks or months, but when they do, the harvest can be beyond anything you imagined. Let me share with you some specific applications of these principles to the most common areas where people seek success: wealth building, relationships, health, and career advancement. For wealth building, your pre-sleep programming should focus on developing what the rich call a wealth consciousness. This means seeing yourself as someone who naturally creates value, attracts money, and makes wise financial decisions. Instead of focusing on your current financial limitations, spend your visualization time seeing yourself as already financially abundant. John D. Rockefeller, who became the wealthiest person in modern history, attributed much of his success to his mental programming. He would visualize his oil business expanding across the country, seeing refineries, pipelines, and distribution networks in perfect detail. More importantly, he programmed his mind to see opportunities everywhere and to think in terms of systems and scale rather than individual transactions. Before sleep, see yourself making intelligent investments, building multiple income streams, and creating businesses that generate passive income. Feel the security and freedom that financial abundance provides. See yourself using your wealth to create positive impact in the world. Program your mind to notice investment opportunities, business ideas, and ways to add value that others miss. For relationships, Focus on programming yourself to be naturally attractive, loving, and magnetic. See yourself as someone who effortlessly connects with others, creates harmony, and attracts loving relationships into your life. Cleopatra understood the power of identity programming in relationships. Despite not being conventionally beautiful, she saw herself as irresistibly attractive and charming. This inner confidence manifested as genuine charisma that captivated some of the most powerful men in history. Her success came not from physical beauty, but from her absolute certainty in her own attractiveness and worth. Program your mind to see yourself as naturally charismatic, genuinely interested in others, and capable of creating deep, meaningful connections. If you desire romantic love, see yourself already in a loving relationship with your ideal partner. Feel the emotions of being loved, appreciated, and cherished. See yourself giving and receiving love freely and naturally. For health and fitness, program your identity as someone who naturally loves taking care of their body. See yourself craving nutritious foods, enjoying exercise, and having abundant energy and vitality. Jack LaLanne, who revolutionized fitness in America, credited his success to his mental programming. Despite being weak and sickly as a child, he programmed his mind to see himself as strong, energetic, and capable of inspiring others to health. He would visualize himself performing incredible physical feats well into his 90s, and indeed he continued setting fitness records into his 80s. See yourself at your ideal weight and fitness level. Feel the energy and confidence that comes from being in peak physical condition. See yourself making healthy choices automatically, without struggle or deprivation. Program your mind to crave activities and foods that support your health goals. For career advancement, focus on seeing yourself as a natural leader, problem solver, and value creator. Program your mind to recognize opportunities for advancement and to develop the skills necessary for higher levels of responsibility. Napoleon Bonaparte used this technique to rise from artillery officer to Emperor of France. He would spend hours visualizing military campaigns, seeing himself outmaneuvering larger armies through superior strategy and tactics. More importantly, he programmed his mind to see himself as destined for greatness, which gave him the confidence to seize opportunities that others missed. See yourself excelling in your current role and naturally progressing to higher levels of responsibility and compensation. Visualize yourself solving important problems, leading successful teams, and creating significant value for your organization. Feel the satisfaction and recognition that comes from meaningful achievement. And if you are gaining insights from this journey we are taking together, I hope you will join our Mental Forge Academy community by subscribing, because we are building something powerful here, a collective of people committed to mental excellence and extraordinary results. Now, let me give you the exact words and phrases that will program your subconscious mind most effectively. The language you use in your internal dialogue shapes your reality more than any external factor. These are not just affirmations, these are programming commands based on how your subconscious mind actually processes information. Use present tense statements that assume your success is already happening. I am attracting unlimited abundance into my life. I am naturally confident and charismatic. I am creating extraordinary value in the world. I am living my ideal life right now. End quote. Use emotionally charged language that creates physical sensations. I am thrilled to be building my dream business. I am grateful for the wealth that flows to me easily. I am excited by the opportunities that surround me. I am energized by my daily progress toward my goals. Use identity-based statements that reinforce who you are becoming. I am the kind of person who succeeds in everything I attempt. I am naturally lucky and blessed. I am a powerful creator of my own reality. I am destined for greatness. I am destined for greatness. Use statements that program specific behaviors. I wake up each morning energized and focused. I make decisions quickly and confidently. I see opportunities everywhere I look. I take bold action toward my goals. Every day. IBDP Baya. The power of these statements comes not from their content alone, but from the emotional state you create while saying them. Your subconscious mind responds to emotion more than logic. Feel these statements as absolutely true. Generate genuine excitement, gratitude, and certainty as you program your mind with these success beliefs. Let me also share with you a powerful technique I call success storytelling. Instead of just using affirmations or static visualizations, create a compelling narrative about your future success and tell it to yourself like a bedtime story each night. Begin your story 6 months or 1 year in the future when your major goal has been achieved. Tell the story in first person, present tense, with rich sensory details and strong emotions. I am walking into my new office building, feeling the soft carpet beneath my feet and smelling the fresh flowers in the lobby. The receptionist greets me warmly as the CEO of this thriving company I built from nothing. I feel profound gratitude as I think about the journey that brought me here. Continue the story for 5 to 10 minutes, including challenges you overcame, people who helped you, skills you developed, and the positive impact your success is having on others. Make it so compelling that you look forward to continuing the story each night. Your subconscious mind loves stories and will work to make your story become reality. Genghis Khan used a form of success storytelling to build the largest land empire in history. He would tell his warriors stories of the great civilization they would build, the wealth they would share, and the legacy they would leave. These stories became so vivid and compelling that his army would fight with extraordinary courage and determination to make them real. Another advanced technique is what I call obstacle integration. Most people try to avoid thinking about potential problems or challenges, but successful people program their minds to see obstacles as opportunities and to respond to challenges with resourcefulness and creativity. Before sleep, include in your visualization specific challenges you might encounter and see yourself handling them with wisdom, grace, and ultimate success. See yourself being rejected and responding with increased determination. See yourself facing financial setbacks and finding creative solutions. See yourself encountering difficult people and maintaining your positive attitude and clear purpose. This prepares your subconscious mind to respond to real challenges with confidence instead of fear. Alexander the Great used this technique, always visualizing potential battle scenarios and seeing himself achieving victory regardless of the odds. This mental preparation allowed him to remain calm and strategic even in the most difficult situations. The key to all of these techniques is what I call assumed success. You must program your mind from the assumption that success is inevitable, not possible. There is a profound difference between hoping for success and assuming success. Hope creates anxiety because it implies uncertainty. Assumption creates confidence because it implies certainty. Abraham Lincoln demonstrated assumed success during the darkest days of the Civil War. While others saw only problems and obstacles, Lincoln held the unshakable vision of a united, prosperous America. He programmed his mind with images of reconstruction, healing, and renewed national purpose. This certainty in his vision influenced every decision he made and ultimately made that vision reality. Your success is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when and how. Program your mind from this assumption and watch how dramatically it changes your thoughts, decisions, and actions. Now let me address the spiritual dimension of this practice, because the most successful people throughout history have understood that true success involves alignment between your goals, your values, and your higher purpose. The ancient principle of Dharma suggests that you will experience the greatest success when your personal goals align with service to others. This is not just idealistic philosophy, it is practical psychology. When your success contributes to the well-being of others, you tap into a source of motivation and energy that is virtually limitless. Program your mind not just with images of personal success, but with visions of how your success will benefit your family, your community, and the world. See your wealth creating jobs and opportunities for others. See your leadership inspiring others to achieve their potential. See your success creating a ripple effect of positive change that extends far beyond your personal life. Mahatma Gandhi understood this principle deeply. His personal goal of Indian independence aligned perfectly with service to millions of people. This alignment gave him the strength to endure imprisonment, persecution, and enormous personal sacrifice. His success came not in spite of his service to others, but because of it. When you align your personal success with service to something greater than yourself, you access what spiritual traditions call divine support, the sense that the universe itself is conspiring to help you succeed. Whether you understand this as God, universal intelligence, or simply the psychological power of purpose, the practical result is the same: extraordinary motivation, resilience, and resourcefulness. Before sleep, connect your personal goals to their higher purpose. If your goal is wealth, connect it to the good you will do with that wealth. If your goal is career success, connect it to the positive impact you will have through your work. If your goal is health, connect it to your ability to serve others from a place of strength and vitality. This higher purpose programming creates what psychologists call intrinsic motivation, the most powerful and sustainable form of motivation known to science. You will find yourself willing to work harder, persist longer, and sacrifice more when your success serves something beyond yourself. Let me give you a weekly framework that will help you maintain consistency and accelerate your progress. Success is not built through occasional intense effort, but through consistent daily practices that compound over time. Monday through Wednesday, focus your programming on your primary financial or career goal. See yourself making progress, overcoming obstacles, and moving steadily toward your objective. Thursday and Friday, focus on your relationship and personal development goals. See yourself growing in wisdom, character, and connection with others. Saturday and Sunday, focus on your health and spiritual goals. See yourself becoming stronger, more energetic, and more aligned with your highest values. This rotation keeps your programming fresh and addresses all dimensions of success. It also prevents any one area of life from becoming stagnant while you focus exclusively on another area. Each week, review your progress and adjust your visualizations accordingly. If you achieved certain milestones, update your programming to reflect new goals. If you encountered unexpected challenges, program solutions. If you discovered new opportunities, incorporate them into your success story. This weekly review also allows you to notice patterns and insights that your subconscious mind is providing. Often, the solutions to your biggest challenges will come during these review sessions, as your programmed subconscious mind shares its discoveries. Monthly, conduct a deeper evaluation of your goals themselves. Are they still compelling? Do they still align with your values? Have circumstances changed that require adjustment? The most successful people are flexible in their methods, but consistent in their principles. Be willing to adjust your specific goals while maintaining your commitment to growth, contribution, and excellence. Quarterly, expand your goals and raise your standards. What seemed impossible at the beginning of the year should seem achievable by the end. This is the natural result of consistent subconscious programming. Your mind will have organized around success, and what once appeared difficult will now feel natural and inevitable. I want to share with you some warning signs that indicate your programming is working, because many people actually become frightened when their lives begin changing rapidly and unconsciously sabotage their own progress. The first sign is increased opportunity recognition. You will begin noticing possibilities, connections, and resources that were always there but that you previously overlooked. This is not luck, this is your programmed mind now filtering reality for success instead of failure. The second sign is enhanced decision-making ability. You will find yourself making choices more quickly and confidently, trusting your intuition in ways that previously felt impossible. Your programmed subconscious mind is now aligned with your goals and will guide you toward decisions that support your success. The third sign is magnetic attraction of resources. People, money, opportunities, and information will begin flowing to you in unexpected ways. This happens because your programmed mind is now broadcasting success signals that others unconsciously recognize and respond to. The fourth sign is increased energy and enthusiasm. When your conscious and subconscious minds are aligned around compelling goals, you will experience a natural surge of motivation and vitality. You will wake up excited about your day and go to sleep satisfied with your progress. The fifth sign is synchronicity and perfect timing. Events will begin aligning in ways that seem almost magical. You will meet exactly the right person at the right time, discover exactly the information you need when you need it, and find doors opening just as you approach them. Do not dismiss these experiences as coincidence. This is your programmed subconscious mind, working through what Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, to organize reality around your success. The more you trust and act on these synchronicities, the more powerful they become. However, I must warn you about success sabotage, the unconscious tendency to destroy your own progress when it begins exceeding your comfort zone. Most people are more afraid of success than failure because success requires them to change their identity, relationships, and lifestyle. Watch for self-sabotage patterns like procrastination on important tasks, picking fights with supportive people, making careless mistakes with money, or suddenly losing interest in your goals. These are signs that your old programming is fighting back against the new programming. The antidote is consistent identity reinforcement. Keep programming your mind with the identity of someone who deserves success, who can handle success responsibly, and who will use success to create positive impact. See yourself not just achieving your goals but maintaining them and using them as stepping stones to even greater achievements. Marcus Aurelius faced this challenge when he became Roman emperor at a young age. The power and responsibility could have corrupted him, as it did many rulers. Instead, he programmed his mind daily with the identity of a servant leader who used power to benefit others. His meditations reveal a man constantly reinforcing his commitment to virtue, wisdom, and service, despite the temptations of absolute power. Now let me give you specific programming for the most common wealth-building goals, because financial success is often the foundation that enables success in other areas of life. For building your first $10,000 in savings, program your mind with the identity of someone who naturally saves money. See yourself automatically setting aside 20% of every dollar you earn. Feel the security and pride that comes from having a growing emergency fund. See yourself making smart spending decisions, distinguishing between wants and needs, and finding creative ways to increase your income. Visualize yourself 6 months from now, checking your bank account and seeing exactly $10,000. Feel the emotion of achieving this milestone. See yourself celebrating responsibly and immediately setting a new goal of $25,000. This programs your mind to see $10,000 as a stepping stone, not a destination. For starting your own business, see yourself as a natural entrepreneur who creates value for others while generating profit for yourself. Visualize your business idea fully formed and successfully serving customers. See yourself handling the challenges of entrepreneurship with creativity and persistence. Feel the satisfaction of building something from nothing and the pride of being your own boss. See yourself making your first sale, hiring your first employee, reaching your first 100,000 in revenue, and building systems that allow your business to grow beyond your personal efforts. Program your mind to recognize business opportunities, understand customer needs, and create solutions that people eagerly pay for. Carnegie Steel began as a single steel mill that Andrew Carnegie visualized in perfect detail months before construction began. He saw the efficient operations, satisfied customers, and profitable growth that would eventually make him the richest man in America. His success came from programming his mind with a clear vision and then taking consistent action to make that vision reality. For real estate investment, program your mind to see property opportunities that others miss. Visualize yourself analyzing properties quickly and accurately, negotiating favorable deals, and building a portfolio of income-producing assets. See yourself as someone who understands market trends, builds relationships with real estate professionals, and creates wealth through strategic property acquisition. Feel the monthly passive income flowing from your rental properties. See yourself reinvesting those profits into additional properties, building a real estate empire that provides financial freedom and security. Program your mind to think long-term, to see past temporary market fluctuations, and to recognize the wealth-building power of leveraged real estate investments. For stock market success, see yourself as a patient, disciplined investor who understands the difference between speculation and investment. Program your mind to think like an owner of businesses, not a gambler hoping for quick profits. Visualize yourself researching companies thoroughly, buying quality stocks at reasonable prices, and holding them through market volatility. See yourself building wealth gradually through compound growth, dividend reinvestment, and dollar-cost averaging. Feel the satisfaction of watching your portfolio grow year after year, regardless of short-term market movements. Program your mind to stay calm during market downturns and to see them as opportunities to buy quality investments at discounted prices. Warren Buffett attributes much of his investment success to his mental programming. From a young age, he programmed his mind to think like a business owner rather than a stock trader. He visualized himself owning entire companies, understanding their competitive advantages, and benefiting from their long-term growth. This mental framework allowed him to remain calm and rational when others were driven by fear and greed. For building multiple income streams, program your mind to see income opportunities everywhere. Visualize yourself as someone who naturally creates value in multiple ways through employment, business ownership, investments, intellectual property, and strategic partnerships. See yourself building an income portfolio that protects you from economic uncertainty and accelerates your wealth building. Feel the security and confidence that comes from having multiple sources of income. See yourself reinvesting profits from one income stream into developing others, creating a synergistic effect that multiplies your wealth-building potential. Program your mind to think systematically about income generation and to see each new income stream as part of a larger wealth-building strategy. Now let me address the relationship between money and meaning. Because the most sustainable wealth is built by people who see money as a tool for creating positive impact, not as an end in itself. Program your mind to see wealth as your ability to solve problems, create opportunities, and contribute to causes you care about. Visualize yourself using your financial resources to support your family, create jobs, fund education, support charitable causes, and build institutions that outlast your lifetime. John D. Rockefeller understood this principle deeply. Despite accumulating unprecedented wealth, he programmed his mind to see that wealth as a responsibility to benefit humanity. He created foundations that eradicated diseases, built universities, and advanced scientific research. This sense of purpose gave meaning to his wealth-building activities and created a legacy that continues more than a century after his death. See yourself as a steward of resources, not just an accumulator of wealth. This programming creates what psychologists call eudaimonic well-being, happiness that comes from meaningful contribution rather than just personal pleasure. Research shows that people motivated by contribution are more likely to achieve sustainable success than those motivated by personal gain alone. Before sleep, connect every financial goal to its larger purpose. If you want to build an emergency fund, connect it to the peace of mind it will give your family. If you want to start a business, connect it to the value it will create for customers and the jobs it will provide for employees. If you want to invest in real estate, connect it to the housing you will provide for families and the wealth you will create for future generations. This purpose-driven programming creates what Viktor Frankl called will to meaning, a source of motivation that is more powerful and sustainable than mere desire for pleasure or power. When your wealth building serves something greater than yourself, you access reserves of energy and creativity that make extraordinary success possible. Let me now share the advanced technique that separates the truly successful from those who achieve moderate results. Future memory creation. This involves programming your subconscious mind with such vivid experiences of future success that they feel like actual memories rather than visualizations. Nikola Tesla was a master of this technique. He would build machines in his mind so completely that he could run them for weeks, make adjustments, and test improvements without ever creating physical prototypes. When he finally built his inventions physically, they worked exactly as he had programmed them mentally. His mind could not distinguish between his detailed mental inventions and actual physical experience. To practice future memory creation, engage all your senses in extremely detailed success scenarios. Do not just see your success, live it completely. Feel the texture of materials, hear specific conversations, smell distinctive scents, taste celebration meals, and experience the full range of emotions associated with achievement. Spend extra time on emotional programming, because emotions are what make memories feel real to your subconscious mind. Feel the pride of accomplishment, the gratitude for opportunities, the excitement of new possibilities, the satisfaction of helping others, and the deep peace that comes from living in alignment with your highest values. The more detailed and emotionally intense these future memories become, the more powerfully your subconscious mind will work to make them actual experiences. Your programmed mind will guide you toward people, opportunities, and actions that match your future memories, creating what appears to be miraculous coincidences, but is actually precise subconscious programming at work. Leonardo da Vinci used this technique to create artistic masterpieces that seemed to come from divine inspiration. Before beginning any painting, he would create such detailed mental images that he could see every brushstroke, every color mixture, and every subtle expression. When he finally painted, he was not creating something new. He was reproducing something that already felt completely real in his mind. Practice future memory creation for your most important goals. If your goal is business success, create detailed memories of signing major contracts, celebrating milestone achievements, and seeing your products or services making positive differences in people's lives. Make these memories so vivid that you can recall specific details months later. If your goal is relationship success, create memories of meaningful conversations, shared experiences, and expressions of love and appreciation. Feel the emotions of being understood, valued, and cherished. See yourself both giving and receiving love freely and naturally. If your goal is health and fitness, create memories of having abundant energy, feeling strong and confident in your body, and engaging in physical activities that you love. Feel the satisfaction of making healthy choices consistently and the pride of achieving your fitness goals. The key is consistency and intensity. Spend time each night reinforcing these future memories until they feel as real as your actual past experiences. Your subconscious mind will then work tirelessly to make these programmed memories match your external reality. And as we near the end of our journey together tonight, if you have found value in these principles and techniques, I encourage you to subscribe to Mental Forge Academy and become part of our community of people committed to mental excellence and extraordinary results. We are building something powerful together, a collective of individuals who understand that success begins in the mind and radiates outward to transform every aspect of life. Now let me give you the complete integration framework that ties all these elements together into a coherent system for lifelong growth and achievement. The foundation is what I call your success operating system, the core beliefs, habits, and practices that govern your daily decisions and actions. This system must be programmed consciously and consistently, or it will be programmed unconsciously by your environment, experiences, and the people around you. Your success operating system has 5 core components: identity programming, vision clarity, action automation, feedback integration, and growth acceleration. Identity programming is your core belief about who you are and what you are capable of achieving. This must be consciously designed and consistently reinforced because your identity determines your actions, and your actions determine your results. Program your identity around your highest potential, not your current limitations. Vision clarity is your precise understanding of what you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it. This must be emotionally compelling, morally aligned, and clearly defined. Vague goals create vague results. Specific, emotional, and purpose-driven goals create specific, emotional, and purpose-driven results. Action automation is your system of habits, routines, and decision-making frameworks that move you toward your goals without requiring constant willpower or motivation. The most successful people do not rely on feeling motivated. They rely on automated systems that produce results regardless of their emotional state. Feedback integration is your process for learning from results, adjusting your approach, and continuously improving your methods. Success is not about getting everything right the first time, it is about learning faster and adjusting more intelligently than your competition. Growth acceleration is your commitment to continuously raising your standards, expanding your goals, and developing new capabilities. The most successful people are never satisfied with their current level of achievement. They use each success as a platform for attempting even greater challenges. Program all 5 components during your pre-sleep sessions. See yourself embodying your success identity, pursuing your compelling vision, executing your automated actions, learning from feedback, and continuously growing beyond your current limitations. But remember that programming alone is not enough. You must also take consistent daily action aligned with your programming. Your subconscious mind will create opportunities and insights, but your conscious mind must recognize and act on them. Create what I call action triggers. Specific situations or times that automatically prompt you to take success-oriented actions. When you wake up, immediately begin your morning routine. When you eat lunch, review your goals and visualize your next important action. When you drive to work, listen to educational content that supports your development. When you face a decision, ask yourself what your ideal identity would choose. These action triggers create behavioral consistency that reinforces your mental programming. Your subconscious mind begins to see evidence that you are serious about your goals, which increases its commitment to helping you achieve them. Theodore Roosevelt programmed his mind with the identity of someone who could overcome any challenge through determination and bold action. But he also created action triggers that prompted him to live consistently with that identity. When faced with physical weakness, he triggered intense exercise routines. When faced with intellectual challenges, he triggered voracious reading and learning. When faced with leadership opportunities, he triggered decisive action and bold communication. This integration of mental programming and behavioral consistency created the extraordinary life that made him one of the most accomplished individuals in American history. War hero, explorer, author, naturalist, politician, and president. Your pre-sleep programming is the foundation, but it must be supported by daily actions that demonstrate your commitment to your goals. The more consistency you create between your mental programming and your daily behaviors, the faster your transformation will occur. Now, let me share with you the most important principle of all, the understanding that success is already within you. You are not trying to become someone else or acquire something external to yourself. You are simply removing the mental barriers that prevent your natural success from expressing itself. Every human being is born with unlimited potential for growth, creativity, and contribution. The only thing that limits this potential is the programming we accept about what is possible for us. When you change your programming, you do not create new abilities. You unleash abilities that were always there. This understanding removes the desperation and anxiety that sabotage most people's success efforts. You are not chasing success, you are allowing it. You are not forcing results, you are creating conditions that make results inevitable. You are not trying to be someone you are not. You are becoming who you truly are beneath all the limiting programming. Socrates understood this principle when he taught that learning is actually remembering, reconnecting with wisdom that exists within every human soul. The most profound success principles are not complex theories, but simple truths that resonate immediately when we hear them, because we already know them at a deeper level. Program your mind from this understanding. You are not lacking anything necessary for success. You are not disadvantaged compared to others. You are not limited by your past or your current circumstances. You are an unlimited being, temporarily experiencing limitation through false programming. See yourself remembering your true nature as a powerful creator, natural leader, and valuable contributor. Feel yourself reconnecting with abilities and qualities that have always been part of who you are. This programming from abundance rather than scarcity creates entirely different results than programming from need or desperation. Alexander the Great was taught by Aristotle that within every person exists the potential for greatness, limited only by their willingness to develop and express that potential. Alexander programmed his mind from this understanding, seeing himself not as a small person trying to become great, but as a great person learning to express his greatness. This inner certainty allowed him to attempt and achieve conquests that seemed impossible to others. Your success is not a matter of becoming worthy, you already are worthy. Your success is not a matter of acquiring the right knowledge, you already have access to infinite intelligence. Your success is not a matter of finding the right opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere around you right now. Your success is simply a matter of programming your mind to recognize and act on what is already available to you. This shifts the entire game from effortful striving to natural expression, from anxious hoping to confident expecting, from desperate trying to graceful allowing. As you practice your pre-sleep programming each night, remember that you are not trying to force anything to happen. You are simply aligning your conscious and subconscious minds with your natural capacity for success, abundance, and contribution. The results will follow naturally and inevitably, just as flowers follow naturally from properly planted and tended seeds. Trust the process. Trust your programming. Most importantly, trust yourself. You have everything within you right now to create the life of your dreams. Your pre-sleep programming simply helps you remember and express what you already are. The time for excuses is over. The time for delay is finished. The time for doubting your potential has passed. Tonight, you begin the most important practice of your life, the conscious programming of your subconscious mind for unlimited success, authentic happiness, and meaningful contribution. Tonight, you plant the seeds that will grow into the life you have always known you were meant to live. Tonight, you begin the transformation that will make you unrecognizable to yourself 1 year from now. Tonight, you step into your power as the conscious creator of your own reality. Your extraordinary life is waiting for you. It has been waiting your entire life. The only question remaining is whether you will claim it or let it wait forever. The choice, as always, is entirely yours. But if you choose to claim it, if you choose to begin this practice tonight and maintain it consistently, I promise you that 1 year from now, you will be living a life that today seems like an impossible dream. Your relationships will be more loving, your health more vibrant, your career more fulfilling, and your wealth more abundant. Most importantly, you will be living from a place of purpose, power, and inner peace that makes every day feel like a gift. This is not wishful thinking. This is not positive psychology platitudes. This is the practical application of principles that have created every great achievement in human history, now updated with modern scientific understanding and presented in a systematic framework that anyone can follow. The forge is lit, the tools are ready, the blueprint is clear. All that remains is for you to begin the work of reshaping yourself into the masterpiece you were always meant to become. Starting tonight, you are no longer the same person who began listening to these words. Starting tonight, you are someone who has decided to take conscious control of the most powerful force in your life, your subconscious mind. Starting tonight, you are someone who programs themselves for success instead of accepting default programming for mediocrity. Welcome to Mental Forge Academy. Welcome to your transformation. Welcome to the extraordinary life that begins tonight when you lay your head on your pillow and speak these words to your subconscious mind. I am ready to become who I was born to be. I am ready to live the life I was born to live. I am ready to contribute the gifts I was born to give. My success begins now. Sleep well, dream powerfully, and wake up tomorrow as someone who has already begun to change everything. Champions, your mind has been forged a little stronger today, but the real test isn't what you learned, it's what you do with it. Take action, dominate your day, and remember, we're not just building better thoughts, we're forging unstoppable lives. The forge doesn't stop, and neither do you. If this episode hit you where it counts, subscribe to Mental Forge Academy and join the Brotherhood of Champions who refuse to settle for ordinary. Go transform. Strike while the mind is hot.